and Galeer, the kings of the ring. Dropkick the Commute, we're just getting started still. Mufussy and Galeer.
Hello and welcome to Dropkick the Commute for October 3rd, 2024. It's a new month, like all things. No, that's fucking stupid. It's a new month, and you know what's not new? It's a new month, and some things are changing, but there's a constant.
Are you done? Do I look like a fucking joke to you?
What did I do to deserve an empty-headed, dumb fuck of a co-host like MrGaleer?
Yep, keep going.
Nestor. You jumped. Oh, anyway, you want to get into some wrestling?
I would love nothing more.
Dude.
That's what we're here for.
First of all, how are you?
I'm like really tired.
I am too. I don't know what's going on.
Like, yeah, my whole sleep schedule's out of whack, so I apologize if I underperform.
Did you take Cody out of the box?
Yeah, he's up there now.
You decided?
Well, I did think it would be funny because he's a traitor.
He is.
And now he's up there and he's like,
hey, you want to get into Raw and WWE?
let's talk about it.
WWE spoiled us this week so far. I'm excited for SmackDown. We'll see if they spoil us again. I don't have high hopes, but you never know.
I usually don't have high hopes for SmackDown, but Raw was really good.
Raw was really good. NXT was incredible. I have a lot of stuff here, but we'll probably, we can skip over some stuff here. We touched upon it briefly on our Fender Bender the other day, so if you haven't seen it yet, go check that out. But Jey Uso had a fantastic entrance debuting the new Intercontinental Championship. It's got some blue on there. It's looking all fancy, looking nice. And then Braun Breaker came out right after his entrance, after a little promo. And Braun was like, hey, I'm not going to spear you. I'm not going to murder you. I'm just here to say that, nice job. I got respect for you. And Jay's like, yeet. And it was a nice little exchange of words there.
I was fully expecting Braun to turn on him, or not even turn on him, just do what he does.
Obliterate him. Yeah.
Obliterate him, but they shook hands. Yeah, I got to appreciate it. I don't know if Braun's like babyface now.
I don't think so. I think that this is going to be a little one-off, hey, nice job, and then he's probably just going to fucking spear him to all hell next week or something.
Maybe, though, but he dropped by Gunther and was like, hey.
That is true. Like, hey,
yeah, he was like,
I'm coming.
Yeah, and so I think in that program, he'd be babyface.
Yeah.
Unless we do a little switcheroo or something.
That's a good point, actually. Yeah, like this was the switch up right now so that he's babyface going against Gunther.
Yeah, they got him kind of like propped and ready to go.
But that makes sense, actually. That's a good point. You know who's not babyface?
Xavier Woods.
Yeah! See? Good segue. Dude, so last week, Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston had a little exchange backstage. Xavier's like, yo, man, we got to step it up. I all these blue trombones and pancakes and bootios, that's the old us. We got to step it up because only champions deserve bootios. And Kofi's like, you know what, man, you're right. You know what? I'll give you the captain's helm and you can lead the way into this new era of the New Day. Xavier immediately picks a fight with Rey Mysterio backstage. He's like, now you're coming to talk to us? Like we're some kind of... And it's like, okay, so he immediately picks a fight with Rey Mysterio, which leads to a match this week. In their match, Xavier accidentally pulls off Rey's mask and rolls him up to win. As Rey is like going to put it back on and fix it and everything. And everyone is like, whoa, what the fuck is that, dude? And Xavier's like, it fell off.
Xavier Woods is in his like gaslight girl boss gatekeep era where like he's like, well, no, no, no. But he's also like got like a heavy victim complex right now. I kind of love it.
Yeah, I do too.
I didn't before, but now I'm behind this. I really want him to turn on Kofi.
That'll be interesting. I think an Xavier versus Kofi situation could be fun for whatever the build up to is.
Yeah.
But the New Day breakup is coming. You need to, grasp it, because I know you were kind of against it for a little bit.
No, I'm here now. I'm okay
here.
with it because Xavier would be a good heel. He's been a good heel before, so
I've never seen him as a heel. Is that good?
The New Day debuted as heels.
Really?
And Xavier like carried them.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
But now, like Kofi can't be a heel.
Yeah.
Big E, he could kind of be a heel. He was. Xavier Woods like can be a full blown asshole. Like he's good at it. Yeah. Stole the win. Then went backstage. Kofi was like, "Hey man, like I just want to check. Did you mean to do that?" Which I think is such a funny question to ask. And he's like, "No, of course I didn't mean to do that." And then he was like, "Well, I wanted to let you know that Jey Uso's offering me like a title shot." And then Xavier Woods gets all pissed and he's like, "Oh, of course, everyone's getting an opportunity but me." And he goes, "Well, I was gonna say that, I'm giving it to you." And he goes, "Oh, life is great and everything."
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, thanks so much, man."
So Xavier Woods is gonna face Jey Uso.
Yeah.
For the Intercontinental.
Right after this, there was a Wyatt 6 little video with a QR code. I didn't scan the QR code, so I have no idea what was on it, but seeing the video made me think like, and based on what it said, I can't remember exactly, but I think the Wyatt 6 is going to target Xavier next. I think.
You think so?
Yeah, I think that's what this is leading to. So like they're kind of over American Made or whatever. They had their match. So I think their next target would be Xavier, because then he's becoming an asshole, turning on his friend, presumably. So I think we're going to get the turn on Kofi, and then Wyatt 6 is going to be like, "You fucked up, bro."
The gist of the what the tape said was anger festing into rage.
Yeah.
Do not go down this path. It ends in your demise. You know better. Do not force our hands. Heed our admonition.
How do you feel about the Wyatt 6 now that they've cooked for a little bit? They had their feud with American Made, and they are officially like here.
I'd be okay with them just like continuing to disappear and do these little like tapes.
Yeah.
And just keep doing stuff with different people. I like what they're doing. For sure. I'm a fan. I would like to see them more just like actually in person.
Yeah.
But we take what we can get.
I think they have a good opportunity here too. Did you see the stuff online last week about like the lack of like black representation on like PLEs and stuff?
Yeah.
They have an opportunity here, like with Xavier Woods, and making him like making this a main story, and kind of pushing it, and even Xavier and Kofi, they could put on a banger PLE match.
Oh yeah,
I don't know
100%.
where it would be, maybe Survivor Series or a little longer after that. Like they could go crazy. So like they have an opportunity here, and it doesn't even need to be for a title if they build this correctly, which they are leading to. Like you don't need a title for this. He's his best friend for how many years, and now he's turning on him. Like right there is there's your representation, and
exactly
push them. And
I don't know. It's like not that hard.
It's also their own damn faults for only they've limited the PLEs to 5 matches. Like. That's part of their problem, And yes, the 3-hour length is nice, but also it's like that's that many less stories that you can't fit onto the card. And they haven't even had a pre-show match, and I don't even know how long.
Not only that, but they're taking an hour off of Raw. They're adding an hour to SmackDown. Like they don't need to do 5.
They don't. They can do like 6 or 7, even 6. Having 1 extra match on there.
An even number, please.
Even 1 more match on the card. Like, you don't need to limit it to 5. Right after this, R-Truth came back.
Oh, he's
R-Truth
back.
has returned, and they're like, "Bro, what are you doing here?" He's like, "Oh, what do you mean? I'm chilling." And they're like, he gave you 6 tsunamis. You're fine." He goes, "I don't remember that." And they're like, "Must have been the tsunamis." So he's like, "I don't remember that. I'm totally fine." Unfortunately, he had a tag match with The Miz, the return of Awesome Truth. The Miz turned on R-Truth, kicked him in the face.
Why? What does that do?
Miz wants to be heel again, I guess.
I mean, yeah, he's better that way, but like, I can't stand his entrance with Awesome Truth. I hate it
Because he
so
can't
bad.
do it correctly.
It's just bad.
Yeah.
It's just cringy. But also, I don't think people like Awesome Truth. I don't think the heel turn needed to happen unless they have some kind of payoff for it.
Yeah, we'll see what the payoff is if there is one. But yeah, he turned on him. R-Truth was really sad. Kathy Kelly's like, R-Truth, he did that on purpose, man. And he's like, "No, Miz, no."
Yeah,
He would
he
never
was like,
do
"Are you
that."
sure about that?" He probably just mistook me for still being in the Judgment Day.
And she's like, "I don't know, Truth. It looked pretty intentional." And he's like, I gotta go ask him. I gotta go ask him about this because Miz would never do that to me. He thinks I'm in Judgment Day still. There's no way."
Oh my god.
So R-Truth is a gem in this industry.
I love him. Protect him at all costs.
Protect him. He's everything.
Ooh, we had Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
The cell was there. I was like, whoa, wait a
It's
second.
very interesting.
Random.
The old cell is back, which is nice. It's not red. It's
thank God.
It's your classic
The
cell.
red hurts my eyes.
It is, yeah.
It's hard to look at. But yeah, we had Drew and Punk meet with a line of security between them and Adam Pearce, and they couldn't touch, but they had one chance to say their final words. I think it's funny that in wrestling, like, these two will have a match, and then that feud will probably be over. And then we just have to believe that they're never gonna cross paths in the locker room and like try to fight. They're just gonna like forget the other existed. Or they'll probably team up with each other in like 2 years or something like that.
Yeah, and then there's gonna be like a huge whoa
Killer segment for sure. Oh yeah, I was looking for the quote. It was "It's not a god you're praying to. It's not the devil you're praying to. You're gonna be praying to CM Punk." Yeah, I loved it. And it was just the stare down and the last exchange of words, and that's all you need.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this match. CM Punk was on a podcast the other day talking. I forget which show it was. I do not remember, but he was on a podcast talking about this match in particular. And he's like, it's been years since there's been like a really good Hell in a Cell match. And, they had the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view and it was just kind of bleh. And like, he's like, I want to bring meaning back to the Hell in a Cell match, and it's going to be a match that needs a cell, not a cell that needs a match.
And that's why I'm thankful they're not doing the... I hate the match-themed pay-per-views. I always have.
The only one I was like okay with was like TLC.
Or Money in the Bank.
Money in the
I
Bank
get
too,
that.
yeah. I mean, that's different.
TLC works too because it's like, it's not just the one match. There's like different variations.
Right.
So,
and Elimination Chamber I'm okay with, but I would prefer Elimination Chamber, like bring back No Way Out and make Elimination Chamber like the main event or something,
instead of have like 3 chamber matches.
Yeah. Something
agree.
like that. But I'm trying to think. The last Hell in a Cell match we had, was it Edge and Finn Balor
I think so.
at 39?
Because they didn't do the pay-per-view last year, did they?
No, they didn't. So I think that was the last one. And that match I thought was good, but we had the weird moment where Finn fucking ripped open his skull from the ladder. They stopped the match for like 10 minutes while they literally stitched him up in the ring. And it's like, it's a Hell in a Cell, man.
Yeah, that's the whole point. I think a lot about Seth Rollins versus The Fiend, where they just full-blown stopped the match.
Yeah.
I mean, they did the
DQ.
same thing, though, just now with Swerve and Hangman, which I didn't totally like, but because that's the whole point.
That was
is like
different, though, because it's like a lights out
the needle?
match. No, it was a steel cage lights out match, so it's like...
Yeah, I think even then, it's even more justified to not stop the match because it's not sanctioned. But even then, the whole point of it is like, this match is supposed to change you. It's like the ref should just be there to count the pin.
Yeah.
If it's no disqualifications or, no whatever. I don't know.
Speaking of, that's a good point because that can lead into the main event here.
Let's do it.
The last monster standing match.
You knew the second this was announced as main event, you knew they were breaking the ring.
Oh, and also the second that they didn't have any LEDs on the ring.
I didn't even notice that.
Was no
they
LED,
take them off?
Yeah, there was no LED board and there was no LED ring posts. It was a regular ass ring and everyone was like, oh my God, it's breaking. It's going to break tonight.
Yeah.
100%. I mean, they came out swinging, fucking carnage all over the place. They speared, Bronson Reed, speared Braun through the first barrier and then the second barrier, onto fans. And there was fans, whoa, all over the place. You had, a ton of officials come out to, check on everybody. The one problem that I was annoyed with was the ref. He, went in to go check on him. And then he didn't count at all.
Right.
So he checked on him, but you have all those officials there, and he would not get back in the ring. The ref would not get back in the ring.
They literally brought out guys to go check on the fans.
Yeah, and fucking Adam Pearce came out too. So it's okay, why is he still over there, man?
Right.
And
yeah.
Bronson Reed's ref. There's literally a part where he screams at the camera. He's like, ref.
Yeah. Yeah, I know people were a little.
Well, because it was a little goofy. It's okay, the ref should be here to count. There's no rules.
Right.
And
I know exactly. Yeah.
I get you're checking on fans, but also it's 20 other people just came out.
Yeah.
I'm. But other than that, I
man.
mean, the match I thought was good. I thought it was decent. There was chaos, carnage everywhere. Fucking destruction was fun. The ring broke, which hasn't happened in a long time.
Yeah, I think last time was 2020, I believe.
Yeah. During COVID, yeah.
I will say, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I was a little dissatisfied with the ring break
because it didn't have its second fall. Usually,
right? Usually it does the poles, and then the mat will tip over. This was just the poles, so I just think,
and it went down a little bit. It didn't fucking.
When it's just the poles, it doesn't sell it as well,
right?
It just didn't. It just looked like they hit a button and the poles, which is probably what happens,
right?
And the ref sold falling out of the ring too.
I always love the ref sell, dude. It's so goofy every time.
Yeah, but with this, it didn't work because it was just
he just bent over and tipped out, and it's okay.
Dude, but yeah, we had
the first time the ring broke and the ref fell out. That was the funniest shit. The first time it happened in WWE, that man flew out of the ring.
Yeah, dude, it was great. These two are sitting there. And the ref's counting to 10, and as it looks like Bronson Reed's about to get up, out of nowhere comes Seth Rollins back, stomps his head on the steel steps.
Hell yeah.
Braun Strowman wins the match. Seth Rollins is back. What'd you think of the return?
I loved it. I thought this was a good spot to bring him back. There was a nice.
I feel like they need him.
Yeah. He's a big part of Raw. He's massive star.
Yeah, obviously aside from Gunther and
Drew
Jey
and
Uso,
CM Punk,
but I feel like Raw without Seth Rollins is weird.
Piece. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Monday Night Messiah.
Although I will say, thinking a lot about how much worse SmackDown is right now, he could probably be useful over there, of doing something. I don't know.
I feel but then if you put him on SmackDown, it's okay, he's tethered to the Bloodline and Roman.
Oh, that's true.
With Mania,
that still going
it's
on. Yeah.
He's gonna be in that story if you put him over there, which is why he's probably on Raw. No, I thought the return was great. Honestly, that'd be a great match. Bronson Reed versus Seth Rollins again. This time he could avoid the tsunami, because he learned from it. He took 6 of them or whatever. So I think it'd be really, really great. And on Twitter, they showed an extended little thing because USA cut, but there was a little show of respect from Braun Strowman and Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is kind of standing near the entrance, and Braun Strowman comes over, and Seth shakes his hand and all that, and puts his arm up. So that was really nice to see. I imagine we're probably gonna get like a nice little tag match, maybe with those two, Bronson Reed and someone else. Fucking Braun
maybe.
Breaker, Battle of the Brawns, dude.
Battle of the Bronze, perhaps.
Yeah, no, Seth return was great. So you want to hop over to NXT?
Yeah, the CW premiere.
What a premiere, dude!
It was a fucking stacked lineup, dude.
If this was
great.
people's first time watching NXT, they got a nice little treat.
Yeah, dude, what a good time to be alive and watching NXT.
Yeah, the show started with HBK coming out, crowds singing along to his music, and he's like, "With a new era of NXT, we got new titles." And he shows them off. What do you think of them?
They're okay.
Yeah,
I feel like they're nothing like special. I think they just, you know, they're like they look slightly different, and I guess they fit the theme of like the new logo and whatnot. But you know, they, I don't know. I'm not like super like crazy about them or anything.
I like the color scheme that they're doing with the black and silver. It makes it feel like developmental. Like, I don't know. It makes it feel like it's you know what I mean? Like, oh, this is where we forge them. Like right here on this brand, you know? The new titles, I enjoy them. Again, like you said, nothing crazy, but I like the looks of them. And Triple H came out. We had a nice little moment as well with those two. And welcome to NXT. We start off the show with Julia versus Roxanne. NXT Women's Championship. Julia's entrance, dude. In front of that arena. That shit was crazy.
They need to do more NXT shows just like weekly in arenas. They should just tour. I really think they should.
Some people have posted on our comments about like, oh, the NXT crowd is so bad. I'm like, it's really not. It's just hit or miss every week. Like, there's some weeks where it's an incredible crowd in the Performance Center.
Also in the Performance Center.
Right, but in the Performance Center, even with a crowd that small, like when Joe Hendry came out, you know, the crowd was fucking crazy. Right. But then, like, there's some weeks where the crowd's just like, you know, they're just kind of there. But in this fucking arena, that crowd was going all night, dude.
Yeah, they had a really good match, Roxanne and Julia.
Yeah, I was very impressed.
Very impressed. Very surprised with the result. Roxanne was going to grab the championship, and the ref was kind of distracted with her, and then someone showed up and attacked Julia. And then Roxanne hits the Pop Rocks 1, 2, 3. Who is it? Who's the mystery person?
Cora Jade.
The generation
of Jade. She's the NXT Women's Champion in my 2K.
Really?
Yeah.
You put her over?
No, I lost to her.
Oh.
Yeah. It was kind of cringe.
Were you Roxanne?
No. I forget who I was.
Oh, not that it matters.
It doesn't matter.
But yeah, Roxanne Cora Jade's back from an ACL injury, which I don't remember her being out that long.
Happened in January.
Oh, okay. So she's been...
It's been a hot second.
Been a minute.
Which sucks, too, because she, like, came back. She was back for a month, and then she got an ACL at a house show. An NXT house show. Sucks. And it's like, fuck, dude.
Yeah.
But she is back.
But it's good to have her back.
Yeah. It was interesting. I was like, why is Roxanne grabbing the title? Focus on the match, bro. But it makes sense because she's like...
She was going to go to hit her with it.
Yeah, she was going to go to hit her with it, but also she was like grabbing it, and she's like, oh, fuck this. I'm out of here. And like, that's kind of what was happening there. So yeah, she grabbed the title. Cora came back and all that stuff. Good return. I mean, I liked it. Sucks Julia didn't win, but it's like, you know, it makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah, we'll extend this a little more.
Dude, the street fight with Zachary Wentz and Wesley.
Would you say it was match of the night? Or
yeah.
I think it was match of the night for me.
I would say so.
It was really good. These two were just
Can we talk about the spot when Wes pushed Zachary Wentz off the rope and he missed the table? Dude,
Oh
I
man.
saw that happen and I was like, oh god. I was like,
Yeah.
oh man.
It's and those are the two guys to do it too. Like
Yeah.
it was a short match and they just did like so much shit.
They did
It
a lot
was
of shit,
crazy.
yeah. Zachary Wentz
Um,
put the trash can on Wes Lee too and was going crazy on him.
Yeah.
Pins him
yeah.
while he's in the trash can and he kicks out. I love that shit so much because he's in the trash can and he's got to kick out. So he's like, he like turns his
Yeah.
whole body. The trash can flips over. Yeah,
they
did
went
a
through
ton.
like they hitting each other with the kendo sticks in the trash can, and then they like went through that wooden platform kind
Yeah.
of thing, or like a wooden I don't know what you'd call it. Fucking Wentz is like doing sentons on the trash can. Like
It was
like
insane.
a good like quarter of this match, I feel like Wesley spent in a trash can.
Yeah.
They both went at each other with like chains and stuff like that. And then there was a point where he was gonna kind of hit him with a chair shot to the head,
Yep.
and then hits him with the low blow and gets them all set up in the chair with the fucking chain wrapped around his knees.
Yeah.
And he does the Meteora onto the fucking chair with the chain, and it's like your plus 10 extra damage. Gets the W. And I think this was like Wesley's match to win for sure. Kind of like, and then I assume that they might have a third one to kind of settle it, but I think more or less the point of it will be for Wesley to either get over in NXT or Zach Wentz to get over in TNA.
Yeah.
Depending, I think it depends on where they do it.
Yeah. Which they're gonna do it on NXT probably. It's unfortunate to say, but that's probably what's gonna happen. But yeah, it was a banger. Yeah, I would agree. Probably match of the night. It was fire. Kalani Jordan came out to watch a match with what are their names? Something
Fatal Influence.
Fatal Influence, yeah. And a couple others. They were, they had a tag match and everything. Was it a tag match?
Mm-hmm.
Or were they all just out
Yeah,
there?
it was a tag. Yeah.
Okay. Fatal Influence came out, tag match. Fatal Influence got the W, and Kalani was like, "Oh, you guys suck. Like, I'll fight you. I'll fight you. You want my title? Come and get it." And they start beating the shit out. Well, they were going to start beating the shit out of her, and she goes, "Joke's on you. I brought some friends." And Jade and Bianca come out, and this is probably one of the few times where I was like, holy shit, dude. Like, they both came out. The crowd went crazy.
Mm-hmm.
They were there for it, and they came out, start beating the shit out of Fatal Influence. We have a nice little moment in the ring with the three of them. So, and then the main event, I'll let you take the main event here.
Whoop that trick, baby.
Whoop that trick.
We're so back.
My notes.
You know it had to happen here.
My notes, I just wrote Trick Willie.
2-time NXT champion.
Hell yeah.
CM Punk was the guest ref. People are a little upset during the trick celebration that CM Punk picked up
Dude,
Ethan Page.
So fucking.
But I'm not gonna agree with any side. I see both sides. I see the side it is kind of silly. But part of me is also like with people saying like Punk went into business for himself, which is funny because he's always like. He was always complaining about people kind of like taking his spotlight or whatever.
Yeah.
But also I feel like this is kind of like a thing. Like you expect him to GTS somebody.
Yeah.
And he wasn't going to do it during the match because he made sure that he was like he was
a fair ref. He was
a fair ref.
Yeah.
And then afterwards he did his thing and it was fine.
Yeah.
So that's where I agree with the other side.
I think the people hating on it are the ones that actually just hate CM Punk. CM Punk is such a divisive person. There's either one side or the other, and it's like,
right,
can't be down the middle. But no, he was actually a fair ref, and I was very surprised. It was literally right down the middle.
We're so back. But yeah, that was overall very good. Very good NXT. You want to talk about Dynamite?
Yes, sir.
Hey. Can I be the first ever person to say this is a really good episode?
It was.
And I'm really proud of All Elite Wrestling for putting this not making this show suck.
Yeah.
Not to say Grand Slam sucked by any means, but this just like, I don't know what it was, but this like felt like an episode of Dynamite.
Let's talk about the opening, because I thought that really helped. And they've been doing this the past few weeks, and it's got a little TNA feel to it, and I love it.
Yeah.
From the past few,
Oh my God.
like,
Well, are you talking about the BCC?
yeah, the very first thing, how they opened the show, it was the BCC in the parking lot cutting a promo, and I loved it. I loved it.
Yep.
It is really making you feel like something is going on, something crazy
still
is
don't really
happening
know.
behind the scenes, and
I really don't think it's Shane McMahon. People are saying it's a
so
Shane
many
McMahon
people are saying
invasion.
that. Yeah,
I don't see the connection.
whatever it is, even if it is that, or even if it's not, Mox is making this feel big, and he's making it feel like there's a higher power like controlling him, and he's gotta do all these things. And the
Yeah.
only way for him to do that is to gather up this group, these followers, and they need to follow his orders, and they gotta do what they gotta do. And
Right.
us feeble mortals will never understand, you know?
No, yeah. I know, and they're like referring to it too. They're like, who is Moxley like answering to?
Yeah.
He's like, this isn't a me thing. This is someone else kind of thing.
Yeah. He's like,
Very
I don't,
weird.
he said numerous times,
Like, I don't wanna
I
do
don't
this.
want to do any of this. I have to.
Plot
I'm
twist.
the only person that can.
Plot twist, it's Renee Paquette.
Oh, she's making it. She's
It's my dumb wife.
She's taking over AEW.
We got our rematch, Will Ospreay versus Ricochet. But right before Ospreay goes out, Don Callis, the slimy motherfucker, is like, "Hey, we have to talk about last week." And he's like, "Bro, I got a fucking match right now. You're really gonna fucking do this to me?"
Yeah.
And so they're like, "Whatever. We got to go catch a flight. Bye." This match was everything we expected it to be. They recreated the classic Ospreay Ricochet sequence. Now these two went everywhere, hitting each other with like hidden blades, near fall after near fall.
Yep.
And at one point, Ospreay like hits him with a reverse Hurricane Rana or Poison Rana, whatever.
Yeah.
And then Ricochet lands on his feet and then does one to him. And Ospreay lands on his feet and hits him with a hidden blade.
Yeah.
And they both land on each other. And this is one of those instances where it's like, okay, so today's the day that we're choosing to count a double pin.
Yeah.
But then sometimes when it happens, you're like, no, you can't do that. But this one we did.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3. It's a draw. Crowd's livid.
They're pissed. They want nothing to do with this.
This crowd was great, dude.
Yeah,
Pittsburgh
it was a really
killer.
good crowd.
Tony Khan lets the people know that the match is going to continue until we have a winner. But then it ends in a disqualification. Takeshita attacks Ospreay and just fucking kills him.
Yeah.
Just lays him out. And then also takes out Ricochet. And then he grabs the international title. I think that's the next guy to hold it.
I can agree with that.
I'll get behind it, and I'll get behind it even more because it just makes sense because they're all intertwined with Don Callis.
Yeah.
So there's like a story behind it, so that's gonna be a good match. Ospreay versus Takeshita at Revolution was one of my favorite matches this year. That could be where it goes, but
I could see that.
yeah. What'd you think?
Oh, I thought it was great. Good match. Throughout. It's like you said, it's exactly what we expected. I'm okay with the finish. I'm fine with it. It's, the match showed they're evenly matched,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yep.
we've gotten that from the story and everything. So it's like, yeah, I mean, you're protecting them both if you really want to, say that.
All right.
If they do it again, it's like, okay, what else are we going to do? They'd have to really pull something crazy if they do like another Ospreay Ricochet match. But you saying Takeshita is the next to hold it, that's a really good point, and I can get behind that.
Yeah, I said a long time ago that I wanted Takeshita to be the TNT champion.
Yeah.
I I think he's levels ahead of where he was though, like a year ago. Ever since like joining the Don Callis family. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I could see like Kyle Fletcher maybe getting involved and helping Ospreay, and he goes off and kind of does his own thing.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
Earlier when you said, "Oh, Tony Khan decided to make it, make the match go on," it always makes me chuckle when something happens, and immediately, with no hesitation,
Tony Khan's on it.
Shivani's like, "Tony Khan just made it official," and it's like in 0.3 seconds, bro.
Yeah.
It's so
I
funny.
just picture
They
him
did
in
that at
their
the end
head
of the show too, just screaming.
I picture him in their headphones just being like, "Yep, send it."
Send it. or like they also announced from this match, Wrestle Dream, we're gonna get a triple threat.
Oh really?
For the title, yeah. So that might be where this happens. It's gonna be Ospreay, Ricochet, and Takeshita at Wrestle Dream.
Yeah, I think that's a perfect way to do it. Have him pin Ricochet for it.
Yeah.
Damn, that's gonna be a really good match.
It is.
Wrestle Dream's actually like shaping up.
I'm excited for Wrestle Dream. Wrestle Dream last year, I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be okay pay-per-view," and obviously we were
there for Edge.
Yeah, we saw Edge come over to AEW. The main event was killer. Wrestle Dream in itself last year, I was like, whatever, it's gonna be a good show. But this year, I'm pretty excited for Wrestle Dream. I think it's gonna be a banger. Yeah. So, what else did we have from Dynamite?
TV time.
TV time.
I'd say this is like an important note only because I'm mad about it.
Why are you mad?
Because they're gonna put the ROH belt on Jericho.
Yeah.
I don't want them to.
What if they don't?
I was okay. If they don't, then that's okay too.
The thing that makes me think that they won't is the fact that Jericho brought up Mark Briscoe's brother.
That's true. Yeah, he name dropped Jay Briscoe, and he was like, "Yeah, your brother is way better than you, but he's dead." Isn't that unfortunate? I never seen Mark Briscoe so serious in my life,
and that's exactly why I think he's gonna win, and I think it would make him a super mega babyface. Obviously, Chris Jericho is saying shit about his dead fucking brother, dude.
I will say this was really good.
Yeah.
It was a really good segment, and I like too that the word of the day was consequential.
Yeah.
And he said, consequentially speaking, I'm gonna like take you out and I'm gonna beat you at Wrestle Dream.
Yeah.
And then after all that shit, he just shoves him down, smacks him down, and he's just kind of looking, and
he fucking uppercutted him.
Yeah, it was good, and he's like, "I accept your challenge." That right there is consequential.
So good. One little thing I did like is Jericho, like they were gonna come in and defend him, and Jericho told him to hold off.
Yeah, back off.
You don't see that often. And
it's just the boys.
Yeah, conglomerations on the other side and learning trees on the outside, and Chris Jericho told him to back off, which I really like because we don't see that often. Usually this would end in a brawl, but it didn't. And I thought it was nice. MVP showed up a few times. MVP gave Mercedes his card, which was interesting. So now he's
building his business.
Yeah, she's got the card, and
Nana.
He did give it to Nana as well. Nana is having none of it. He's like, "What the fuck? You called me a bad manager last week," and all this stuff. And MVP's like, "Hey, check out this guy," and it pans over, and it's fucking Shelton Benjamin, dude.
Big pop for Shelty.
The pop for him, dude. And he smirked a little bit. He's like, "Oh yeah." He's like, dude. This is my. I forget what position he has.
He's like manager of complaints.
Yeah.
He's like, he's basically, you got any complaints? You can divert them over to this guy. Shelton Benjamin.
Very big pop, very nice.
I think what's gonna happen, he's gonna build up this little Hurt business.
Bobby
I would assume
Lashley's
it culminates. It's I feel like it'd be crazy if Bobby Lashley doesn't show up.
Yeah.
And this just kind of culminates with Bobby Lashley, and then Swerve comes back, and then See where that goes.
Bobby Lashley versus Swerve would go so fucking
Oh,
hard.
it'd be so good. I just want to see Bobby Lashley in a not WWE match because I've never seen his TNA stuff,
Yeah, me neither.
and I kind of want to preserve that too. I want to just like go into his
Go into it
AEW
fresh.
debut with
Well, and honestly, like right before he left WWE, this man is a fucking machine, dude. Bobby Lashley is how old? And
he's like 45.
and he is a
46.
fucking monster. Like,
Yeah, he's a freak of nature.
yeah, he's absolutely insane. It's gonna be fun. That's what they're building to. Like
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's the Wrestle Dream debut, like the big Wrestle
That's
Dream
cool.
debut.
Yeah, I'd take that.
I'd be fine with it.
Unexpected return during Juice Robinson and Hangman. Hangman obviously gets the win because this man's like a wrecking ball right now.
Mm-hmm.
He takes his belt off and he ties it around Juice's neck and hangs him off the ropes outside the ring. Jay White's music hits. Not only Jay White's music hit, his original music, not his Bang Bang Gang music, his original like dun 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 dun. I love that music.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I like don't care. I didn't care too much for him in AEW so far, but I was like so happy to see him back.
Yeah.
Because in my head immediately I was just like, this is gonna be an awesome match.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah, it was so good, and then they kind of like took their little fight to the outside, and Jay White tackled him through a table. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was a great moment, and I popped for Jay White, and I usually
Were you also not expecting to?
I
Yeah,
was not expecting it, and I was like, "Oh shit, dude!"
we had Britt Baker versus Serena Deeb. This did nothing for me.
Me neither.
Which is very unfortunate. I hope we're not on a Britt Baker decline.
Yeah.
I also just can't really get behind Serena Deeb for some reason, and I don't know, man.
I can't get behind her promos.
That's fair.
Serena Deeb.
They had Mariah May at ringside, which I thought was confusing because isn't she in a feud with Willow, which they also touched on later.
Yeah.
But then also Queen Aminata like helped out Britt Baker.
Yeah, this is one of those AEW moments where it's like, what the fuck's going on? We got a lot of crossing lines here.
Where are we landing?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
What did you think of the main event?
I loved it. I thought,
I was whelmed.
Ooh.
I watched it.
You were like right in the middle?
I watched it and I was like, all right.
You think it's because we went in with like that whole stipulation?
I think I went in because I was knowing that they're not going to make Okada drop the title and Bryan is not going to lose. Like,
yeah.
So it was hard for me to suspend my disbelief, and I was like,
well, I think it's like we talked
right.
about the other day, as like if we're just looking at this like at very surface level as just like a match, it's really good. And like I watched it. It went super long.
It did.
I do think the stipulation took me out of it for that particular time where they were like, "There's 1 minute left. Oh my god!" And then he rolls out of the ring, which I thought was a nice touch. Him rolling it, and he's just kind of like
to protect it.
No, yeah. Hitting each other with each other's moves, which I thought was great.
Yep.
But Danielson hits him with the fucking yes lock or whatever it's called. I can't remember what it's called. The LaBelle lock. Oh, he won off a backslide. Sorry, I thought he made him tap for some reason.
That was right before he rolled out. For the.
Oh, he was gonna make him
with
tap.
the 1 minute. Yeah, so he was gonna make him tap. He got out of it and then rolled out.
And then our little friends, the BCC, come out.
Yeah, the BCC comes out and we'll stare down. Lots of stuff happening, and Yuta comes out after to save Danielson. So that was a fun moment as well. So Yuta is very much aligned with Danielson, not with Mox, which is still interesting because he still has the Trios Championship because of Collision.
Yeah, they're tagging on next week.
Yes.
They're tagging against. Yeah, I don't know because I don't know what they're gonna do about the Trios titles.
Yeah, it's in an
I don't know if they could just
spot.
like give it to Marina Shafir. Just give Wheelers.
They
to her.
can't do that. They
Ah.
have that because then they would have to compete in a
I
6-way
know.
London ladders match or whatever again.
Yeah, exactly. Do that. They have to go to London.
Before we end, we gotta talk about the AEW deal.
Oh,
AEW
Yeah, big news.
signed a multi-year deal for $150 million a year.
that's
It is
so much money.
staying on TBS and TNT, and starting in January, it will simulcast to Max, and the AEW library will become available on Max. Very exciting. I am
Discounted
gonna
pay-per-views.
I am gonna watch old AEW.
Is it confirmed old episodes are going to be up?
I believe so.
I
think it's the
saw the
library.
simulcasting. Okay, cool.
And yes, discounted pay-per-views. Now, here's the thing about the discounted pay-per-views. It's going to depend on how much they discount them, because you have to pay for a Max subscription, and then you're going to have to pay for the pay-per-view. So, if it's a $15 discount and then the pay-per-view costs $35, you're still paying $15 or $50.
Right.
So it's
Yeah.
like it's like it doesn't really make a difference. But it'll be nice because you get the whole library and all that stuff. But this is my problem with TNA's subscription.
Right, they have certain events there.
But I think the difference with this and why
The difference is
more
they
okay
need
with it,
they need money.
well, yeah.
Well, so does AEW, but
They need money, but the difference why I'm okay with it is because this is Max and not AEW Plus. You know, it's
That's
Max.
fair,
It's a
yeah.
whole streaming service, so
you
it's
get
like,
you get the whole everything.
yeah. But yeah, very very exciting news. But you know, AEW is dying or whatever, so
Yeah, they're gonna be dead in like a year.
yeah.
They won't make it past COVID.
No,
actually.
not at all. Not at all. They're gonna shut down before the end of the year. Let's do predictions. To clarify, this is the
Oh yeah, these are the
for
bad blood for the Intercontinental.
For Intercontinental.
Where is it? Is it on your shelf? He's gonna grab it. He's grabbing it. He's got it.
I also dropped this chicken.
Oh,
These predictions are for the DTC,
DTC.
Intercontinental, not the Intercontinental. It's the Intercontinental. This is best 2 out of 3 falls match, so we already got the 2 out of 3 or the 2. No, the 1. 1 and 1. We are.
it's the rubber match.
Yeah, it's the rubber match.
CM Punk versus Drew. Nia Jax versus Bailey. Priest versus Finn. Liv versus Rhea. Crazy shark cage. Nestor.
And then the tag
And
match,
then
right?
the tag match, yeah. All right, Punk versus Drew. I have Punk.
I also have Punk.
I feel like we're gonna have the same answers
I don't know.
here.
I don't know about that. I chose some
right.
interesting ones.
Nia Jax versus Bailey.
Nia
I
Jax.
had Nia Jax.
Yeah.
Priest versus Finn. I have Priest.
I also have Priest. Okay.
Okay. Liv versus Rhea. I have Rhea.
I have Liv.
Did you have any sort of like prediction on why that'll happen?
I feel like the Judgment Day is gonna come out or something and do some shit.
Cody and Roman versus the Bloodline. I'm a little torn on this, but I think I'm probably gonna say Cody and Roman.
I have the Bloodline.
I just don't see. I don't see Roman losing.
I see friction being caused and Roman losing because of Cody. I think something is gonna happen that is gonna make them lose, and then Roman's gonna go unhinged. Or it's gonna make Cody turn. You know?
I think you're a little too hopeful here.
I think I am.
Cody can't turn heel because the Bloodline's heel. I'm just realizing this. If he turns heel, then what the fuck is that doing for anything?
He's right. I'll leave it as the Bloodline. I think the Bloodline is gonna win, and I'm saying it.
Okay.
And that's that.
His decision is final, folks.
Yeah,
We're locked in.
So we've got Liv and Rhea as a deciding factor, and the main event as a deciding factor. Which, by the way, the tag match is the main event confirmed. So I've read.
He looks so stupid.
Why does he always look sad?
Because he is. He's sad that Cody won't turn heel. He said, "I love Cody Rhodes."
Is that his voice?
Yeah, he's like a British king.
Oi!
He's like, feed me, mortal.
Oh man. If Nestor could drive, he would.
Oh.
Oh God.
Oh.
He's saying, "Don't forget to sub to Dropkick the Commute."
He just said that. It's true.
He did. And I also think I heard him say that people can tip us at our Ko-Fi down below and follow us on all our socials like TikTok and Instagram and X.
I did hear him say that too. Yeah. I also, you know what else I heard him say?
Did you hear him say beep beep?
I sure did. And I also heard him say, "Thank you for watching." And then I also heard him say beep beep again.